Hello, my friends. Here I am, a couple seconds late today due to um, who I am as a person. Welcome in. So lovely to see you. Constellatio. Saluton. Hodiaŭ estas muzikotago. It's a Music Monday. And korako saluton. Good to see you all. I am feeling slightly less awful today. Less fibromyalgia pain, slightly better rested. It's noticeable. I can't say I'm feeling good yet, but I'm feeling noticeably less bad, and that's incredible. I just love it. It's reality. Working through it. And I have tried two big new shifts, two big new things to try to help myself feel better. And it's early, early days. I'm like 1 week in and 2 weeks in respectively, I think. And so a little too early to go into details on all of that in case it winds up being a flash in the pan and I'm just feeling a little bit better today rather than on the upwards trajectory that I hope I am on. But I'm feeling hopeful and also feeling mindful that when you have chronic fatigue and other chronic pain issues and you have a day when you feel a little bit better, it's really easy to go overboard and burn yourself out and then wind up back in a worse situation again than is necessary. So I'm trying to both take advantage of my feeling better and not push it too terribly much. So I'm going to be continuing to encourage myself to take breaks whenever needed, and my nose itches so much because I just did a vocal warm-up, and vocal warm-ups can make your nose itch because they vibrate your face when you sing, especially if you do lip buzzy stuff and all of that kind of thing. This is not the best look, having the capo hanging out here. Overlay. Overlay means streamer song list is not turned on, I believe. There we go. Thank you. Questions can be confusing. Cronica Esperantismo. I love it. I also have that, and I have tea. It's way too hot. I'm trying to move it over on my desk, and it's way too hot to touch, even though it has a wheel. It has something around it that makes it safer to handle. I have not been able to do any practicing in between last music stream and this music stream. I was hoping to, especially when it comes to harmonica, because I felt very aware adding in the harmonica for the first time. Last stream, I felt very aware that that's going to require some more practice before I feel confident with it. But I did not have the energy for that this week. But I had the intention, and that's a step in the right direction. So I see my streamer song list in my OBS, but what I really need to do is to see my streamer song list in streamer song list. So gotta sign in there. I did so many correct things today. I checked my lighting before I went live. But I did not pull up streamer song list. I did open the correct browser, however, so That's something. Come on. You can load. Nope, failed to load. Let's try signing in over here. Signing in is failing. Let's try again over there that way. Oh, don't do this to me, streamer song list. This has not happened to me before. This is another reason why I am looking forward to finding time and energy to create my personal tabs in Ultimate Guitar. We're in! Oh, phew. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to Make My Own Sunshine, because that's a challenging one for the top of stream. I'm going to move that down a little bit. If you will excuse me, I will play it, but not first. So we'll start with We'll Meet Again. And it's been a while since I played this. Let me check out the list of chords. Come on now. Come on, my browser is being dodgy. Here we go. All right, we've got a C and an E7 and an A minor, A7, D7, G7, C7, also F. And they're all here. I love it. Okay, we'll try this with auto scroll. Oh, hang on. Do I know this bridge? I don't know this bridge. Hang on. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my headphones. Maybe. And try and give a listen to the bridge and see how it goes, because I really don't know how this bridge goes. All right, let's see. If I put my headphones on, you probably won't hear things because I have my desktop audio turned off. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Go away. All right. We'll check it out on YouTube. Wow. I typed in wheel and I get the autocomplete, we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when. That's pretty specific. Is that that's loud. Okay. Okay, I've heard this. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't live learn this the way I'd like to because of differences in what key things are in. But we'll just go for it. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Arbaro saluton, keep smiling through, and just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. That's kind of okay for a rough bridge, right? We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. I wonder, that just has the same vibes as Eble yes, Eble nay. Does it feel those vibes? Or Niren Kontiju? Same vibe. I wonder when those songs were written. Probably after this one. Probably. We are... So It Goes might also get boom. Boom. Is boom like thump? I don't know. I don't know. All right. That's a pretty good warm up. Nice and easy. I don't know. That's not the original key. It's certainly a very easy key to play it in. But it's not the original key. Let's see. I think it's that way because it's a bit easier. Up 5 is also pretty easy. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. That's fine. I'll make a note that it could be either C or F. Edit, comment, C or +5 to F. I guess depending on what my voice feels like. Some days she's a bass. All right, The Whistling Gypsy Rover. Do I even remember this song? I might have played it once. Nope, I have played it never. This song does not look familiar to me at all. Why is it on my list? Gonna try and do another search on YouTube. That sounds reasonable. I might have added it after visiting Autumn. And I probably have never heard it since then. Yeah, being able to sing along or play along with Autumn while she plays it is one thing. Being able to do it myself is definitely a live learned situation. Let me see if the key that this is in is the key that I have notated here. It is not. Okay, I'm going to give it a go, and this is going to be super, super rough. B minor. Hello. Let me just double check. I think I know what that is. Yeah, I guessed correctly. Hooray. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang. Nope. On the heart of a lady. Or we could play it in D. What if we did that instead? That could be better. Let's see about that. That could work. Rover came over the hill. That could work better. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang. On the heart of a lady. Okay, that's also not what's on that lyric video. Shoot. The gypsy rover came over the hill and down through the valley so shady. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. I'm not so sure about that D7 in there. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, hey. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang. Doesn't sound right. And he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gates, she left her own fine lover, she left her servants and her state to follow the gypsy rover. We're just making it up as we go along at this point. Her father saddled up his finest steed and roamed the valleys all over, sought his daughter at greatest speed, and the whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He came at last to a mansion fine down by the river Glady, and there was music and there was wine, wine for the gypsy and his lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, da-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He is no gypsy, my father, she said, but lord of these lands all over. And I shall stay till my dying day with my whistling gypsy rover. Well, there were some chords and some notes and some words and also some whistles. They didn't actually go together in the ways that I had hoped that they would, but there you have it. Maybe it might be better next time. So just a little etymology about a word in that song. Because etymology is fun and nerdy, and it helps us understand what we are saying when we say words. And that matters, especially when it comes to words which describe people especially people who have been chased out of every place that they have ever been and who have never had a country of their own. So the word gypsy is an altered form of the word Egyptian, not because that is the heritage of the Roma people, but because they were darker skinned than the people who were calling them that. And so they were being called Egyptian-like in order to emphasize the thing that made them different, which was the color of their skin. They are actually, their heritage is from India, and there are Roma people in many, many, many different parts of the world, including Great Britain, and yeah, it's a culture that's worth learning about. It's the culture that brought us flamenco music. It's brought us what we have interpreted as boho style. But again, the word bohemian was used to describe it was a put down at that time that the word was coined, but then became very popular as a counterculture movement multiple times throughout history. And yet when it's fast fashion, it's definitely not honoring the people that brought us that style in the first place. However, there are designers who are Roma people who are doing beautiful, beautiful work. And so there are ways to express oneself and still not be culturally appropriative. That was a long etymology. That went a little beyond etymology. My apologies, but I wanted to start with the etymology because the word gypsy is a slur, and it's important to recognize that. It hasn't always been seen that way. In fact, even when I was a kid, the word wasn't seen as a slur necessarily, or at least I didn't learn that when I was a child. I didn't learn that it was a slur. Even the other words that were taken off from it, like the verb to gyp, meaning to cheat out of something. That's definitely a slur, and yet it became part of my normal everyday vocabulary because I wasn't aware. And so the question we have to ask ourselves is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? If Roma people had a country of their own, had land of their own, were not persecuted and even prosecuted for adopting Western form of dress, would they have been given the reputation of trying to steal if they had had something of their own in the first place, if they had had anything of their own in the first place? Is that true, Korako? Horaka writes, I think a lot of Americans don't even know that there are still Roma. I used to think that the Roma was just a lifestyle, not an ethnicity. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, one thing is true. A lot of Roma people were interred in concentration camps by Hitler. The Roma people were marked for the final solution, just like the Jewish people were, and many, 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 many of them were killed during the Second World War and during the time leading up to the Second World War. And they are not remembered. The Roma victims of the Second World War are not remembered. There was no one. There was no representative of the Roma people. There was not even anyone who spoke for the Roma people during the negotiations after World War II or during the war trials, the Nuremberg trials after World War II. And they are still here, and they are still struggling. They are still struggling under the yoke of misunderstanding, of hatred. They're not struggling because of who they are. They are struggling because of how they are treated. There's nothing strugglesome about their culture or their okay. I can't. This is about to go a little bit farther than I am prepared to speak on because I'm not an expert, and we ought to be centering Roma people and listening to them speak for themselves. There are aspects of Roma culture that I would not want to experience in my own life because of cultural differences that I have with them. But that doesn't mean that there's anything inherently wrong with their culture. There's the question that we have to ask ourselves is why is it that we don't accept them? And by we, I mean all of us who aren't Roma people, because they've been chased out of everywhere, just like the Jews have been chased out of everywhere, and yet the Jews have managed to unite under modern Hebrew, which those of us who speak Esperanto know a little bit about the history of that language and how it came to be. But the Roma people don't have a country of their own yet. Will they ever? Have they ever? No, they never have. And I think a lot more people are aware of the situation, of how few Jews there are compared to before the Second World War, but not necessarily aware of the same issues that the Roma face. So perhaps if I'm going to include songs that include words like gypsy, although the message in the end of the song is a positive one, I think it would be good to think about, like, what am I pulling in to my repertoire, and what can I do that's like that shows more perspective. So I'll work on that. Complicated political issues, yes, well said. All right, we'll just like click I played that button because I played some chords that were in that song and I sang some words that were in that song, and we'll call it good. Yeah. All right. I Make My Own Sunshine. I promised I would play this. And unfortunately, let's try looking it up on Ultimate Guitar and see if we've got it there, because then I can auto scroll. Version 2 looks popular. Okay, let's try that. That's not as fast as I like to play it, right? Everything is wonderful. Everything is great. No, everything is wonderful. Everything is great. Free as a bird, hi white dove, singing outside my window. Pain got a fresh new start. It's a brand new day, and I got lots. What's wrong with me here? I got lots of love to give away. It don't matter if it's raining, nothing can faze me. I make my own sunshine, and if you think you can break me, baby, you're crazy. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. Hey, let's make a rainbow. Look for the pot of gold. I'll show you how to make it nice and easy. Even if a cloud starts forming on my lovely day, there's nothing, no nothing that can stand in my way. It don't matter if it's raining, nothing can faze me. I make my own sunshine, and if you think you can break me, baby, you're crazy. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. I make my own sunshine. White Dove, how are you doing? It's great to see you. I hope you have been keeping well. I am going to take a really short break, and I'll be back very, 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 very soon. 3 minutes. Be right back. Hello, I am back. So I just noticed what Constellazio just noticed. Amazing. So I don't know how to check for follow bots. What I do know is that streamers don't get punished for the actions of other people. So if any of my followers is a bot, that's not considered my fault. I'm like, I won't be like in trouble with Twitch if they are. I wish there were some way of like kind of going through and checking and auto purging. But I don't know that there is a way of checking. I'm a robot, but I promise I'm a friendly one. Arbato is cosplaying as a robot. You can do that. I will not Malkashi. How do I say that in English? I will not reveal anything that I might know from having met you in person. We can still say hooray. So, this is incredible, which means that we need to have a party. Now, I need to figure out whether I have what it takes to pull that together by Wednesday or not, in which case it would be Wednesday next week. I'm going to do everything I can to pull it together by this Wednesday, in which case I will make that decision tonight, probably, depending on how things go. And I think it might be better, all told, if we do it next week on Wednesday. Is that evil? Given my energy levels and the fact that I want it to be special, I feel like we could have a better time if we do it on Wednesday next week. I didn't expect a big raid yesterday. I got a big raid yesterday by our friend Subtract Cat, which was lovely. A fake tree that they use for utilities. Is that the kind of bot you are? A fake tree that they use for utilities? Okay, so I have lots of ideas, but some of them require like actually leaving the house and going shopping. And some of them require sitting down at my computer and making some things happen that I have not yet made happen. So I figure we're going to have a better time if we schedule it for Wednesday next week. That will be the 17th, May 17th. That's reasonable, I think. May 17th, party. White Dove, thank you so much for that encouragement. Yeah, because it's a combination party. It's not just a 1,200 followers party. It's also a 4-year streamiversary party and a 4-year anniversary of, what do they call it? Affiliate anniversary? Is that a word? Yes. Okay. We're saying that's a word. We can call that a word. Fine. It's a word. Don't ask me the etymology. Okay. So, that will leave a period of time for comment from you all about, any ideas that you have, and I will try and incorporate whatever I can. And make it fun. So I'll do my best to have like engagement stuff, like participatory things, and we'll make some new ways to use channel points, and we'll make some new channel points redemptions, new things for bits and things like that. You didn't get the followers overnight. Well, I planned the party overnight. Oh my gosh, White Dove, I love the way you think. Thank you so much for saying it that way. It makes me feel so much better. I have been thinking about this for quite some time. However, there was a really long period of time where it was just nothing was happening in my brain. I couldn't come up with a single idea. And then all of a sudden in one day, it was like floodgates open. I know I can do this. I know I can do that. So that felt good. It made me feel more confident about being able to plan a party, because we haven't done a lot of partying here in a while. It's been a little while. So yeah. We'll do all that, and yeah, it will be good. It'll be good, and that'll give us also some time to, announce that we're going to be having a special celebration and all of that kind of thing. Yay! Very exciting. And one thing I'm hoping to do is revamp my wheel a little bit. Because wheels are always fun. So yeah. Constellatio, can't plan well enough in advance for Friday, your birthday. Well, I think that it all depends on what it is that you would like to do on your birthday. I want to do certain things, and I'm aware that it's probably going to take me more than 2 days to get it done. So that's why I'm pushing it out another week. But depending on what it is that you want to do, you might be able to. Do you have ideas? The wheel that goes round. Right round, baby, right round. All right. I can close that. Okay. I can close that. Here we are. Turn the Page is the next song on our list. A very merry on birthday. Indeed. Just wanting to chill, nothing out of the ordinary. What about a get together on Discord? That could be fun. I'm looking at the rhythm and I'm very confused by it. What I've written makes no sense whatsoever. Let's see. I can do a variation of what I've written, but what I've written doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I wrote what I wrote or where I got it. All right, let's look for this in Ultimate Guitar instead. And see what we find. Oh, yeah. Oh no, not that one. I don't have access to it. What about this one? All right, we've got an E, an A, a D, a G, a B, an E minor, and a C. I'm still doing the cheaty E most of the time. This for some reason they've written all of the words with hyphens in the middle of them in between syllables, and that's just too much. I'm gonna have to go to a different version. Okay, this one has way fewer chords, and that's okay with me. But the words are written like words, which helps me very much. Let's have a quick look. Is it the same key I usually play it in? Yes. Yeah. I think this will probably be very similar, if not exactly the same thing. That's what I normally play. Sorry for doing it to you. Oh, no. This is a struggle that I'm having. 1 second. I need to move my camera. This is a struggle that I'm having that has to do with changing over to Ultimate Guitar, which is going to be a process that'll take some time, and I haven't actually started doing the work involved in making it happen. So basically, I'm just punting every time I come to stream, which is my fault, not yours. And I tend to just talk through what's happening in my head as I'm otherwise I'm just sitting here silent for multiple minutes while I try and figure out my chords, and I figure it's best to run my mouth since I am live on camera, and see how that goes. I mean, better than just reading my charts and making faces at them for multiple minutes running. Whoa, that should be There we go. Do I want my felt plectrum? I do. I think. On a long and if my ukulele and my mouth were in the same key, that'd be great. Okay. Long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out its one long song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before, but your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. You just wish the trip was through. Say, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. When you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold, you pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can't. Hang on. Wondering whether they've changed the lyrics here a little bit, because it just doesn't feel like it. Nope. Most times you can't hear him talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered. You dare not make a stand. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Later on that evening, as you lie awake in bed with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what was said. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go. There I go. Turn the page. I don't know why that didn't feel like a song that I know, and it should. Thank you for requesting it. Can't get better at songs if I don't practice them. Here's one I haven't played in forever. Forever being 3 months to be precise. If I only had a brain, from The Wizard of Oz. So strange. I listen to a podcast that's on YouTube, that's like sleepy time stories, and usually they're like an hour or whatever. But last night I listened to The Wizard of Oz, which every once in a while they have like an entire book. And I woke up this morning and it was the part of the story that happens after the wizard flies away in his balloon, but before Dorothy gets home. And it's different in the book from in the movie. There's an entire adventure that doesn't happen in the movie, because in the movie Glinda comes to the Emerald City and tells Dorothy that she can use her shoes to get home. Whereas in the book, Dorothy goes to Glinda's castle in the south and has a whole bunch of adventures on the way there. And then Glinda tells her how to get home when she gets to the castle. So that was really interesting to hear all of that part of the story and realize, how many times did I read this book when I was a child, and yet I had completely forgotten the details of that part of the story. I remembered that there were differences between the movie and the book, as of course there always are. A movie leaves out lots of stuff because it winds up having to tell a shorter version of the story. All right, so do I use a capo? I believe that I don't. I don't have any indication of capo here. I just have transposing. Auto scroll is where I'm in the wrong website. Okay. Let's try it here. If I only had a brain. She defeated a dictator and freed oppressed people. Actually, yeah, and it was multiple oppressed peoples, because the land of Oz had multiple countries inside of it, and there were a lot of different. So she installed her own puppet regimes all over the land of Oz, because there were multiple countries in it that then wound up having her friends as kings of those countries. So yeah, she overthrew a dictator and installed new puppet regimes all over, and then went back home again. Crazy, these stories. All right, let's see. This one has some votes. Wow, it has a lot of chords. Let's try one with lots of votes with fewer chords. Yes, I like this. Okay, this one's in F. Not how I usually play it. I usually play it in C. Let's try transposing it. And turning on auto scroll. flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel any riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts you'd be thinking, you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before. And then I'd think, I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain. That's short, let's go again. I would while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel any riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts you'd be thinking, you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain. I like that one. Don't know why I don't play it more often. I like that one very much. The Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz is the OG himbo. Truth. Truth. All right, let's do this. We will copy that and edit this and paste that there. Good. Alena's pick, huh? All right, let's see what I pick here. Should we stay in that story and pick Somewhere Over the Rainbow? I'm kind of feeling like a lot of songs that are normally within my reach are a little too hard today given my energy levels. But still, it's probably good to keep trying. We'll do that. I will do that, and there, and this. I have a version here, but I'm gonna look for a version on Ultimate Guitar. And of course, Ultimate Guitar has many versions. Oh my gosh, that has so many chords. Oof. Here's one with 5 chords. I mean, how about something with like fewer than 27 and more than 5? Would that be possible? Let's keep looking. 5. Tabs. Can't read tabs. Okay, here we go. 14. That's like, that's a little bit of a better challenge, right? 14. We've got a C and an A7, D minor 7, G7, A minor 7, E minor 7. That's one that I have to like think. My fingers know how to do it, but when I see E minor 7 written down, my brain doesn't always go, oh yeah. B7, which is a little like E7. 14 is a ton of chords. 14 is a moderately challenging amount. It's when it gets to be past 20 that I'm like, no, go away. I don't want that. C7, F, F minor, G, F sharp minor 7. That's not in my repertoire. Okay, that one's a new one. That's okay. We can have a new one. B flat 7. Also, I totally know this chord, but when I see it written down, my fingers don't do that shape immediately. I have to think before the fingers find the shape. The fingers know the shape. The head recognizes B flat 7, but the two aren't connected. Most songs I play have like 4. Fair. So you would do the 5 chord version and it would be like, ooh, challenge. Which is great. See, the trick is just knowing where's the challenge, where's the appropriate challenge. Now, we don't want inappropriate challenges here. We're a family-friendly stream. So the ones I have to watch out for are E minor 7, B7, F minor this one, and F sharp minor 7, that thing, and B flat 7, that one. Okay, I can do it. Wait. Oh! I thought that they were giving me an intro. Listening to myself play this intro and going, why don't I love this? It wasn't an intro. It was just a list of how do you play these chords on the guitar, and of course I was ignoring the part of how to play them on the guitar because I'm playing it on the ukulele. It's just a list of chords along with finger numbers. Let's try again. That I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me someday. then why can't I? Little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I? So part of the process, I think, for transitioning to ultimate guitar is going to be using their saving as a private tab in order to go, okay, that's a completely different arrangement than anything I've ever played before. And it made me change how I was singing it, which in some places was, I liked that. And in some places was like, I kind of miss what I used to do in that section of the song or whatever. So it's a matter of taking the best bits and pieces from version A, version B, version C, and cobbling them together to be my version, the one that I like to play, the one that suits the way I like to sing it, or the way I can sing it in some cases. Yeah, so that'll be a process, but I will copy this. I'm not going to paste it in any major place. I'm going to paste it like at the bottom of the list here, just to be a reference, because it's called Ultimate Guitar, but that's just the website, not that particular. Those are not the ultimate. That was not the ultimate version of the tabs for me, but it was a reference worth referring to. Isn't that what we do with references? Put the wrong emote array in chat. Well, I don't see anything wrong with any of those. I think you're a little hard on yourself sometimes, my friend. Yeah, it's fun having those linked with a command. If there's any that you'd like to share, that way the bot can learn it, if they are emotes that the bot has access to. In some cases they might be, in some cases they might not be. We know that Nightbot has a subscription to Claire, so that helps us be able to use her emotes, which we love to do. I would like to play. I like to take my time. Oh, there were high emotes. Well, they kind of look like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It worked. Maybe there's more than one way of interpreting a high emote. I don't know. I feel like taking my time today, and so I'm going to add, I like to take my time to the list, and I'm going to take my time getting to it. I still don't have as much energy as I would like to, so that's why I'm going to take my time. My tea, still very much too hot to drink, I think. Let me check on it. It's getting better. Let me sip. It's just right. It's just right. In fact, I'm going to take off this rubber thing. It's not rubber, it's silicone. I'm going to take off the silicone thing and put it on my mug warmer. I wish that we had the Fred Rogers for this generation, for today's kids, because today's kids have so much to deal with. Besides like all of the like social issues going on that we all have to deal with, there's the whole growing up with social media, which I am so grateful that I was not a child or an adolescent while there was social media, because it tends to make things more extreme. Like if you've got a great friend group, it can really like help you feel more connected to your friends. But if you feel excluded or if you're being bullied, then it makes all of that just way worse. And I just wish that we had a Mr. Rogers for today's kids. Because it's tough growing up in any generation, but I just feel like it's tough times to be a kid right now. I don't know what the kids watch on TV these days. Maybe the kids don't watch TV. Maybe they just look at TikTok. I like to take my time. I mean that when I want to do a thing, I like to take my time. I like, let's try again. It's a tough time for lots of us, yes. At least we're adults. Oh. I like to take my time. I mean that when I want to do a thing, I like to take my time to do it right. I mean, I just might make mistakes if I should have to hurry up. And so I like to take my time to tie my shoes, to eat, to get dressed, to go to sleep at night, to sing a song for you, and everything I do. I like to take my time. I mean that when I want to do a thing, I like to take my time and do it right. I mean, I just might make mistakes if I should have to hurry up. And so I like to take my time. I like to take my time. I mean that when I want to do a thing, I like to take my time to do it right. I mean, I just might make mistakes if I should have to hurry up. And so I like to take my time to tie my shoes, to eat, to get dressed, to asleep at night to sing a song for you, and everything I do, I like to take my time. I mean that when I want to do a thing, I like to take my time and do it right. I mean, I just might make mistakes if I should have to hurry up. And so I like to take my time. Paris, what are you up to? Baby shark? Paris wants baby shark. I have baby shark on my list. I have baby shark on my list. Haha dogs, hello! I didn't even see you come in. Hi, and good night, and sleep well. I hope you have lovely dreams and a very, very restful sleep. I mean, if someone has baby shark on the list, I have to request it. Well then. I suppose if someone requests baby shark, if it's on my list, I have to play it. Okay, we're gonna do a slightly shorter version. If that's a Golden Girls reference, I'm ashamed of myself. I don't recognize it. And Golden Girls are awesome. All right. How do we want to do this? Baby. Well, can't sing it that low. I can't. Mr. Haha Hot Dog's Hacienda is where Rose took Dorothy for a birthday party. That's so adorable. I had forgotten that. I do believe I have seen that episode. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. Mama shark, do 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 do. Mama shark, do 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 do. Mama shark, do 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 do. Mama shark. Papa shark, do 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 do. Papa shark, do 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 do. Papa shark, do 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 do. Papa shark. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark. Hungry sharks, do 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 do. Hungry sharks, do 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 do. Hungry sharks, do 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 do. Hungry sharks. I'll leave them hungry. Hungry sharks. Which one is blah? Bly. Blah. I. What? Blah. I. Blah. Bly. Blah. What? Which one? What? Which what is which? Which what? What? Where? That was the most mellow version of Baby Sharks. It's Swedish. It's a stuffed shark and it's sold by IKEA. When I was in middle school, I sewed a stuffed shark, and I don't still have it. It was before the days of Baby Shark. Wish I still had it. That was very tricky to get the mouth and the teeth. The teeth weren't so hard. The jaw, the corners of the jaw itself were the difficult. Family Lilo, welcome in. Bloy. I should be able to pronounce it, but I probably don't. I think the Esperanto part of my brain is interfering with the end of it, and I don't know how the end of it is pronounced. I do know that an A with a circle is O. That much I know. So it starts out blow, and then the rest of it. I mean, it means blue shark. This I am sure of. Blue eye, maybe. Blue eye. I'm guessing. Let's find out. Bro. I can't type it. I can't type it because I don't have a O in my. Okay, how to pronounce IKEA's blue shark? Hello? Oh, got my headphones plugged in. That's why I can't hear it. Oh, it does mean blue shark. Okay. Yeah, okay. I already knew how to say IKEA. Tell me how to say shark. Haj. Blohaj. Blohaj. Okay, so why is it more of an ah than an o sound? Blahaj. Interesting. Blahaj. I knew it was a bit of a meme, but I wasn't really aware. It's a cute shark. I think it's a lot bigger than the shark I made. The shark I made was like about this big. It looks bigger than that. I don't know. I don't see it next to any person, but for some reason I'm looking at it and going, "Oh, I see these details here. I want to see it next to a person." Let's see. How big is it? 39 and a quarter. Well, don't show it next to a child. I want to see it next to a grown-up. Who knows how big a child is? All right, so there was some safety incident that led them to not using plastic eyes. That's good. But there's also a 21 and 3/4. So there's a baby shark. They're not all big sharks. Some of them are little ones. Baby sharks quickly learn to be independent and take care of themselves. It takes a little longer for your child, but with this soft friend, every day full of developing and learning feels a little safer. That's too cute. Newsweek article on how the IKEA shark became a trans icon. What do you know? A shark. It's Blahaj is an ally. Blahaj is an ally. The B in LGBT stands for Blahaj. That's cute. So along with Snutig, the polar bear. I don't know. Oh, IKEA advertised its support for the legalization of same-sex marriage with an advertising campaign. In a series of pictures, the home retailer posed different stuffed toys in bed together with the message, "Marriage for all." That's adorable. That's adorable. You have 2 Blahaj at home, about 1 meter. No. Did I? Now I have to listen again. Have I got it? He says he talks so slowly. Blachage. Blachage. Okay. Blachage. Not Haj. Okay, so this pronunciation guide is incorrect. I figured it would be ha. Blachai. Yeah. Okay, so for one thing, his ah sound is like so ah and not very oh. Should be more oh, right? Blachai. All right, so I'm going to ask YouTube to not suggest me this particular, how do I say, don't suggest this guy. Because since he doesn't know how to pronounce things, how do I ask them not to? Well, I can't find that button, but that's okay. Blachai, like German, okay. Blachai. Better? Blachai. Very cool. All right. So you all know that our last spin the wheel, those of you who have been around for a while, was animals. And so that wheel might make a comeback for our festivitations. Can I make that a word? For our festivities next week on Wednesday. We'll have a big party to celebrate 1,200 followers, 4 years streaming, and also 4 years of being an affiliate, because I just kind of blew past those other two things, and now we've hit 1,200 followers. So we will get out the wheel. I will try to do some updates to the wheel and see how that goes. Why is that still playing? All right. Now, let's have a look at where we are with our queue. There we are. Thank you so much for your help with pronunciation. Tack så mycket. I can say thank you at least. My Swedish is very rusty. Ja. Ja, vi pratar på svenska. Med jag kan inte så mycket prata på svenska. Celebratory actions, festive activities, indeed. Yes. All right. I see nothing in the queue that allows me to do what I want to do. What do I want to do? I want to do Golden Slumbers by the Beatles. That's what I want to do. Because it's a pretty song. And I haven't played it in a while. Not a whole month. All right, that's a completely different website. But we could maybe make it work. get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Boy, you gotta carry that weight a long time. Boy, you gotta carry that weight a long time. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby, and I will sing a lullaby, and I will sing a lullaby. Oh, a lovely Randy Newman. Woo! You made me laugh because I was watching some of, what's his name, that purple puppet, Felt Face? Not Jeff's purple puppet. The the standalone purple puppet. I mean, the purple puppet that does not appear on stage with a person. This is not making sense to you if you've never seen this purple puppet. Anyway, he has a bit about people who go woo, and that it's like not considered appropriate to woo in public if you are all by yourself. If you're in a group of people, you can go woo, and if everybody goes woo with you, then everybody will just say, oh, look at those people, they're having a nice time. And if you're all by yourself, you go woo, and everybody runs away. So our borrow was our solo woo and it made me giggle. But thank you for the woo. That made me very happy. Thank you for those emotes. And the kelps. I'll woo if I want to. Purple puppet people, indeed. Okay, Randy Newman songs are full of chords. They're jazz and or jazz adjacent. Let's see. Let's see what Ultimate Guitar has to say. It, 16 chords, actually, it could be worse, but what the heck is a G sharp 7? Well, I've never played that chord in my life. G sharp 7. G augmented. C9. All of those are completely unfamiliar. Do I have options? Let's try and find a slightly easier version because my brain is going to mush. Okay. 15 chords. Slightly easier. B diminished 7. I didn't either, White Dove, until the Purple Puppet told me. I think he made it up on the spot because some people in the audience went woo. And one time it was just one person in the audience that went woo. And he likes to make fun of people who woo when you mention a place name. Because when he's Australian, and when he travels in the United States, all he has to do is say the name of a place to get some wooers in the audience. But if there's a place where there's only one person who's from there or has ever been there, then you get a solo woo. Is G sharp 7 not a bar chord on a uke? Well, now I've gone on to this other version that evidently that version of the G sharp 7 was not a bar chord. You would think that it would be. I mean, you would think it would be like this. That would be a G sharp 7, which you could play as a bar chord, but frankly, I find that works best if the stuff I'm trying to bar is up here. If it's down here, that doesn't work, and I just put the tip of my finger on it instead. All right. I don't know the B diminished 7, but I can figure it out. It's kind of like the F sharp diminished 7, which I also don't know, which is 1 fret up. Both of them are bar chords. So we've got the F sharp diminished 7, wait, and the B diminished 7. Those are the two chords I really don't know. All of the others are kind of like, I've kind of got these. I'm going to need to take a break after this. I'm feeling like the string came out of my spine. Speaking of puppets, it's hard for puppet to go when strings are gone. When somebody cuts the strings, no. Oh, we retuned when we had the capo on. Okay, it's close enough. No, it's not. Are we sharp here? Is that what's going on? It's getting worse, not better? Okay, we're not sharp, we're flat. That's better. Okay. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend. F sharp. There we go. With the F sharp diminished 7. We thought we had it. Yeah. Okay, try again. I've got no muscle memory for that. All right. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. You've got a friend in me. 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 You've got some troubles, well, I've got 'em too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it's through. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them would ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. Our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Ooh, it's ooh, a lot of chords. Ooh. That's a lot of chords. Thanks for that. Request. We'll count it as played. I'm going to take a short break, get a little snack. Might be 3 to 5 minutes this time. If I'm guesstimating, that's my plan. I don't need a refill. I just need a little bit of a move around and a snack. Maybe even step outside on the deck for a moment. If you have not moved your body recently or gotten some hydration, this would be a wonderful time to do so. I'm going to play a couple of ads while we are on break because I do everything I can to make sure you won't have to have them while I'm making a music or playing a game. I would love some feedback. Is that actually working? Do I have my settings set up the way I think I would like to? Basically what I'm asking is, do you guys ever see ads in the middle of what I'm doing? Because I'm trying to not do that. But instead only play ads when I'm gone, basically. And I don't really know if we have the data to gather on it, because it might be that it only affects people who are coming in, that for a short period of time, they won't get a pre-roll. I wish I understood it all, but then again, on the other hand, I don't. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to know about the ads, but I'm trying to see if I can make this be a little bit more like what I want it to be, which is less ads in the middle of things. I think that's what we've got going on. But anyway, I will be back within 3 to 5 minutes, and I will see you on the other side of the ads. See you in a little bit. Oh, hello. Welcome. Thrillus, welcome in. Holy cow, that's a lot of raiders. Welcome in. Hello. It's so lovely to be attacked by melons, and I'm so sorry about the ads. So I was in the middle of playing ads while I was on a break so that we wouldn't have pre-rolls for a little while, and you all just happened in at the wrong moment. And I'm so sorry. How was your stream? What did you do? You've got Zoomies and we've got cozy vibes. We do. We have cozy vibes. Oh, Word of Demons. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you to say. Feel free to request something from my song list. I am super strugglesome today, so nothing is going the way I would like it to, but that's okay because I'm getting in the practice and it'll keep getting better, not on an even upward trajectory, but kind of like this. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it's getting better, but it is. We had Mental Melon Mondays. Yay! Pretty important topics. Good for you. There's a song I love, but you don't have it on your list, but I think it's one your voice would be really good with. If I kind of know it in my brain, I might be able to figure it out. So it's worth saying what the name of the song is. No guarantees. Also, we do have a place in Discord for people to make suggestions of songs. It's called One Day by Matisyahu. I don't know that I know it. Let's look. Come here, you. One Day. Okay. Well, Ultimate Guitar knows what it is. That's a good sign. Hello? Why did that not work? We've got one with lots of good reviews. It's only got 4 chords, and the 4 easiest ones. I love the message, but I don't know if I've heard it before. Okay, so here's what, Meg, hello. Here's what we should do. If you could throw it in the Discord, that would be fabulous. I'm going to try and look it up. See if I can give it a listen. Yeah. It's trying to give me One Day More from Les Mis. I do some musical theater stuff sometimes. Let's hear it. I can't play it for you all. Why is this not going? Hello? Okay. Oh, it's pretty. It's so pretty. I like it. Okay. I don't know this song at all, so I can't do it today, but I will try to get this song into my head. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you so much for bringing that song to my ears and maybe to the stream, because it's got 4 easy chords. It can't be that hard to learn. And yeah, it's a nice song for a lovely little belt. Can do. I just need some time to get it in my head, to get familiar with it, but it is gorgeous. I'm gonna throw it on my list of, I have a list of songs that I listen to. Why? Save, where? Cantindai cantoi, that means songs worth singing. That's a song worth singing right there. Thank you very much for your suggestion. I have too many tabs open and it's just making my brain crazy, but I'm going to play Little Boxes by Malvina Reynolds. It's a song I like, and if you are learning the guitar, this song only has 3 chords. I don't know if they're easy chords on the guitar or not, but no, one of them is an F. Well, you can always transpose. All right, let's do this one. All right. F isn't that hard if you play the cheat F. Do I know a cheat F on the guitar? There's a cheaty version. I play a cheaty version of E on the ukulele because E is hard. Just don't bar it. Okay. So you don't play all the strings. I find it difficult to like hit the strings I mean to and not hit the strings I don't mean to. That's another skill set. Like barring is one skill set to learn, and hitting the strings right, leaving open strings right, that's another skill set to learn. Guitar is so hard. I've been struggling because the guitar that I'm trying to learn on is a dreadnought. I don't know if you can see this on my ukulele, but my ukulele has a not sharp corner over here, which, given that I have fibromyalgia, makes playing the instrument so much more comfortable. And the ukulele is also nice and small, so it's not overwhelming like this around it. So it's not going well. I basically don't get the guitar out and practice because it hurts. So I'm wondering whether I need to like accept the fact that it's not a starter learning guitar for me, and maybe look at a parlor guitar instead. But that's not in the financial priorities for me right now, so I'm playing my ukulele and I'm loving it. Little boxes on the hillside. Little box. Oh wait, that's not a B flat. We're gonna start over. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. Autoscroll would be nice. And the people in the houses all went to the university, where they were put in boxes and they came out all the same. There's doctors and there's lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis dry, and they all have pretty children, and the children go to school. And the children go to summer camp, and then to the university, where they are put in boxes and they come out all the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in their boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. Yes, they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. Malvina Reynolds, songstress extraordinaire, and Little Boxes. Love that song. Never played it with that particular rhythm before, but it came out that way, and well, that's the way it was. Because, you know, once you start something, you kind of got to just commit to it and keep going. My tea today is 1 bag of black tea, 1 bag of throat coat, and one bag of, I don't remember what this is. Oh, peppermint, organic peppermint tea. That's what that is. That's a combination I haven't done in a long time. It's nice. I recommend. Do you have any tea recommendations for us, friends? All right, so here's a weird thing. Oh, okay. So I was trying to figure out why it is that it didn't accept a request that happened. And it's not because the list is too long right now. It's because I sometimes cut it off at 12. And Stay Awake here is the 12th song. I will be playing a few more songs. We are at 2 hours and 21 minutes. I will probably go to 3 hours. I don't know how to, if any of my mods know how to remove that cutoff, I would take a couple more. You know what I can do? I can put Vincent on here myself, I think. Can I do that? It might be that I'm allowed. I am allowed. All right, we got it. Okay, so maybe we can leave it as it is, and I can just take it as it goes. And Thrillis, feel free to let me know in chat if you're still in chat. If you're doing the post-stream stuff, I love to see it. If you have a request, please let me know in chat, and I will do my best to play it for you. I would love that. We've got a request for Stay Awake from, oh, that doesn't exist. So, we're going to go on a search, but it might be that this has been taken down because sometimes they don't want you to do your own version, which is unfortunate. Here we go. We found a back door in. It's not difficult. It seems like it's in tune until I start plucking with my fingernails. Stay awake, don't rest your head, don't lie down upon your bed while the moon drifts in the skies. Stay awake, don't close your eyes. Stay awake, don't close your eyes. Though the world is fast asleep, though your pillow's soft and deep, you're not sleepy as you seem. Stay awake, don't nod and dream. Stay awake, don't nod and dream. I think that's a completely normal thing for a brain to do. I'm not a fan of the G chord there. Always, it seems like it's correct but missing something. Like maybe it shouldn't be the only chord there. Maybe this is a simplified version of the chords. It's possible. Yeah, they're all hyper and they don't want to go to sleep because they've had such a fun day. And so she tells them to stay awake. And it works. they go to sleep. And it's kind of a thing. Like if you think really hard about going to sleep when you're trying to go to sleep, it's not helpful. Just makes it harder to go to sleep. Very good reverse psychology on the part of the nanny. Well done. Mary Poppins knows the things. All right. So I've been working on growing my fingernails out to be able to do finger pluck rhythms without using these things, but they're not quite all at the same length, and so the sound is a little uneven, and so I'm going to go back to these for this one and see how it goes. I do like the capo for this, which tends to make my G string go sharp. That's a bit better. Oh, pop-ups can go away. All right. Let's try and find a version of this that has auto scroll. Auto scroll would be nice. Why is this not working? There we go. All right, we've got some very popular versions here. Is that the key that I normally use? Totally not. Oh, on the other hand, yes. It's a different version. So I get to pick the version that I'm familiar with no auto scroll, or the version that I'm not familiar with auto scroll. I'm going to try the new version with the auto scroll and see how it goes. Got some slash chords. I don't know what to do about that. I could just have a real quick look here at what I normally do and see if my brain will just remember that when I get to those parts. Maybe not. This does not have an intro. No. We're still not tuned. Still sharp here. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and the daffodils. Catch the breeze and the winter chills in colors on the snowy linen land. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. A starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds in violet haze reflect in Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain, Weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, brainless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you've met, the ragged men in ragged clothes, the silver thorn, the bloody rose lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will. And now I think I know what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will. That one has a little G sus4 in it, and when you've got finger picking going on, there's like certain timing issues of like when does it make sense to switch to a sus4 or a sus2 chord. So that didn't necessarily go particularly smoothly, but it'll be interesting to think about adding that sus4 in there when I get a little more practice. Maybe it'll go a little bit better. I'm taking off the ukulele for a moment just to stretch a tiny bit. We have a request for a Swedish canto. What's that in English? There's a word for that. A song where you follow the person in front of you and you sing the same thing that they sang. Welcome back. Buon appetito in Constellatio. What's that called? A round. There's another word for it, though, isn't there? Yeah. Do we have two words for that in English? Just drawing a blank, but that's okay. So, I don't have the lyrics in Swedish here. I only have the lyrics in Esperanto because I learned it in Esperanto. A round is what you were thinking of. A conga line. All right, how do I find... Does anybody know what this song is called in Swedish? We're going to try typing into Google the title of it in Esperanto and see if we can find the Swedish lyrics from that. It's in Cantaro Ixo no Ito, but of course it says El la sfera lingvo, but it doesn't say what the original text was, of course, and it doesn't say what the title is. Of course, it would be a translation of Charma estas vesperbrilo, I assume, but here's another place with it. Oh, that doesn't help us. Nope. No. Oh. Nope. I'd love to find the lyrics in Swedish. No luck. No luck. I will sing it in Esperanto then. That's all I can do. This one has only 2 chords. How lovely is that? Charma estas vesperbrilo, vesperbrilo, kiam sonas sonorilo, sonorilo, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. Charma estas vesperbrilo, vesperbrilo, kiam sonas sonorilo, sonorilo, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. And if you want to sing along and you don't know the song yet, you can just sing bim bam, bim bam, bim bam, the whole time, over and over again. You're going to sound awesome. Let's start together with the bim bam part. And you just keep going. Bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. Keep going. Charma estas vesperbrilo, vesperbrilo, kiam sonas sonorilo, sonorilo, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. Let's practice the bim bam one more time. Bim bam, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. Charma estas vesperbrilo, vesperbrilo, kiam sonas sonorilo, sonorilo, bim bam, bim bam, bim bam. I hope you sang along with me. Now, this is one where you all were trying to get me to learn how to play it on the harmonica. Byron's did the bim bams. Yay! Yay! We had more bim bams. Any other beam bombs? Armado's beam bombing at the work desk. Woo! Constellazio singing along. Woo! I love it. I can't tell you how happy it makes me when you guys sing along. Blowing in the Wind is one that last music stream I tried to learn to play on the harmonica. And I am really not sure about the energy level for being able to do it on the harmonica right now. It's probably going to be a huge mess. But if I don't try a little bit, then it won't get better. So, Korako has a variation to share with us. All right. So normally I play this in G, but I'm going to transpose it to C. And we're going to try playing it on the harmonica and see how it goes. Does these two chords sound familiar? We're starting with the same two chords, but we get a few more. Just one more, actually. There we go. I'm finding it interesting. I'm finding it interesting that this takes so much more coordination than I would think. I would think I know how to play the ukulele. I know how to sing. I know how to sort of play the... No. Doing them all at the once are way harder than doing them one at a time. Let me tell you, I wish it weren't. Now we're going to try finger picking on top of it. Oh my lord. We're going to go slow. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. before it is washed to the sea. Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Well, we got a tune to the harmonica. If we want it to sound reasonable. Well, that's very difficult, but I'm glad I tried it. Hello, water. It's so good seeing you. How are you doing today? How is life? Have you got hydration? Have you eaten foods? How's everybody doing with the self-cares? Have you done some of the self-cares? You don't have to do all of the self-cares every day. If you do some of the self-cares every day, it's usually enough. Except for eating and drinking. Those are better to do most days, especially the drinking. I mean, hydrating. Big hugs to you. Big hugs to you all. I would like to close the queue. I've got 10 more minutes left. I'm going rogue. And we will see what else I feel like doing today. Let's see here. I would like to try Moonshadow. And haven't played that very much, but it's a nice one. And I don't have tabs. Let's look for tabs. It's also potentially one that I might be able to play the harmonica on someday. Let's see, version 3 seems very popular. Oh, it has lots of chords, but maybe not too many. And it's in D, but if I transpose it to C, oh, I like that even better. Okay, what are the hard chords? I'm glad you're here too. I hope music can help a little bit. We've got a C and an F and a G7 and a C sus4, which is not one I play very often. G, D minor, A minor, and D, A sharp, D sharp, not in my repertoire. F7, nope. Nope. That's wrong. There we go. That's an F7. That should be in my repertoire, but it doesn't seem familiar at all. And a C minor, of course. And a G minor. Oh boy. Does this have like a, it changes keys or something like that? No? Where are all these cards? Where are all these chords? Shouldn't... Okay, if I get stuck in the middle, I get stuck in the middle. I'm trying this in C because I feel like it would be nice to have some harmonica on this eventually, but since I've never played this in C before and I haven't played the song very many times, I'm just gonna go with it for now, without the harmonica yet. Oh, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my land, oh, if I ever lose my hands, oh, if I won't have to work no more, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, yes, if I ever lose my eyes away, I won't have to cry no more. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my legs, I won't moan and I won't beg, yes, if I ever lose my legs, oh, I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, all my teeth, north and south, yes, if I ever lose my mouth, oh, if I won't have to talk, oh, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, skipping and jumping like a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Did it take long to find me? Asked the faithful light. I don't know the bridge. Did it take long to find me? And are you gonna stay tonight? I'm being followed by moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. What did the lyrics of the song say? It's if I lose XYZ body part, then bright side is, won't have to do whatever it is that body part is for anymore. It's always good to both think about what the worst case scenario might possibly be and how it's not, that wouldn't be as bad as we assume it would be. I used to be afraid of the idea of going blind. That was scary to me. I guess I just made assumptions about what my life would be like. If I were blind, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do, so therefore I wouldn't be able to do anything. And as long as I thought those thoughts, that was scary. But I wound up getting cast in a stage play that's also been made a movie, so you might have heard of it, called Wait Until Dark. It's a thriller. And so the main character is newly blind and is being targeted by some criminals who are trying to rip her off and steal stuff that she has. And she has to figure out how to deal with the fact that she's figured out what they are trying to do without tipping her hand that she knows them to be criminals, because then she might be in physical danger rather than just danger of being robbed. And in the course of preparing for that role, I studied my lines. Not quite as much as I should have, but I also spent as many hours, more hours actually, learning basic life skills without the use of my eyes. I learned how to cook, how to put on my makeup, how to go for a walk, all sorts of things. And I realized that if I were to go blind, there would be a period of reskilling. There would be new skills I would need to learn in order to do things while being blind. But my life would not be over. I would not be sitting in a chair for the rest of my life doing nothing. And after that, wasn't afraid of being blind anymore. And I think that sometimes we're tempted to not think about scary potential outcomes because we think they're scary, but maybe they aren't scary. Maybe we only think they're scary because we're not letting ourselves think about them. If we think about them deeply enough, we maybe could think our way through to a solution, because I think it's in our nature to come up with a solution for whatever challenge we might have. So the question is, what is it that's really scary? What feels really scary to you? And if you really let yourself stop and think about, okay, what if I really had to deal with that situation? I don't know if that's really what this song is about, but that's what it feels like. It's about to me, first off, maybe there's always a bright side. Is a moon shadow related to a silver lining? Or is a moon shadow something that we think is scary and it actually isn't? I don't know. We'll have another song or two. Let's see. Makeup while blind might be so difficult for me since it's hard for me to draw a simple black line anywhere around my eye with the aid of my sight. Well, maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe your technique is problematic rather than the fact maybe you might have more success doing makeup without the use of your eyes, since it's not going so well with the use of your eyes. So basically, to do eyeliner without the use of my eyes, I used my sense of touch instead. And so instead of drawing my eyeliner on the outside of my eyelashes, I used the eyeliner on the inside of my lashes on my waterline. And that might be a bit squicky for you if you've never done it before, but you can get used to it. And there's no messing up really because you can feel exactly where you are. And if you do mess up, well, you can feel right away that you've messed up and you can wipe it off and try again. It's frankly, I think also eyeliner on the outside of my eyelashes, using my eyes, it usually comes out uneven. But if I use the other technique and I put the eye pencil on the waterline, like it's the part of your eyelids that touch each other when you close your eyes, basically. If you draw on that, then it's a little bit easier to land the makeup where you want it. All right, let's see. I'm going to have a look at a song I haven't played in a while. I don't know whether or not I can play this or not. I don't think it went that well. I think I tried it once and that was it. Oh, what the heck is a B minor 7 flat 5? What? Okay, verse, maybe. Is there... Oh, good. There's only verses. Hey, there's no chorus. There's no bridge. Eyeliner is a scary concept for me. I don't want things in or near my eyes. Thanks. Absolutely understandable. I get eye irritation from eye makeup, so besides the whole what if you hurt yourself thing. There was an experiment I read about some time ago. Seeing people were told to do things without the aid of sight. There were two groups. One did the task first seeing, then blindfolded, and the second did the task once blindfolded. I have a feeling the results were surprising. I hope we will find out more. Okay, stopped wearing contacts. Yeah. So the chord that's new to me is the B minor 7 flat 5. That's a mouthful, and I don't have muscle memory for it. It's not too hard for my hand to do. The first group was able to understand more readily how blind people can function, and the second group not. So it takes sighted people practice doing a task sighted before they can learn to do it not sighted. Is that the point of the study? I'm not quite sure I followed. Partially because I'm following multiple conversations at once and trying to figure out if I can play a song that I really don't know yet, but I want to play it. We're gonna try it. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros. Is that G7, right? Que cuando los abro, perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco. Y en el alto cielo su fondo estrellado, y en las multitudes el hombre que yo amo. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el oído que en todo su ancho graba noche y día, grillos y canarios, martillos, turbinas, ladridos, chubascos y la voz tan tierna de mi bien amado. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado el sonido y el abecedario, con él las palabras que pienso y declaro, madre, amigo, hermano y luz alumbrado, la ruta del alma del que estoy amando. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la marcha de mis pies cansados, con ellos anduve ciudades y charcos, playa y desiertos, montañas y llanos, y la casa tuya, tu calle y tu patio. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me di el corazón que agüita su marco cuando miro el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando miro el bueno tan lejos del malo, cuando miro del fondo de tus ojos claros. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la risa y me ha dado el llanto, y así lo distingo, dicha de quebranto, los dos materiales que forman mi canto, y el canto de ustedes que es el mismo canto, y el canto de todos que es mi propio canto. Gracias a la vida. It song's hard. I also am really rusty at Spanish. And I learned Latin American Spanish of some varieties in school, and then went to Spain, where I got made fun of for my accent, which therefore then changed. How did it go, Water? I feel mostly confused about where the accent falls. It's possible that Esperanto is making me second guess myself about where accent falls. Where I'm maybe saying it right in Spanish, but it feels weird because I'm used to Esperanto and not used to Spanish anymore. Also, excuse me for hitting the microphone. My brain is mostly telling me I understand the lyrics, but there are a few words that I'm not familiar with, and I'm only kind of like making educated guesses in context, which does not lead to mastery of being able to sing said lyrics. But hey, the lyrics were right in front of me. The accent, yes, the accent was a little bit all over the place. I did slide back and forth from, we were having a little, what they call ida y vuelta. Like I was going back and forth from Latin America to Spain a little bit. I was mostly in Spain. And that's fine, even though it's a Latin American song. There have been a lot of Spanish singers that have covered it, I think. Yeah, some ida y vuelta, for sure. Okay, which words was I not sure about where the accent falls? Let me look. Estrellado, I'm pretty sure is there. Canarios, not canarios. It's canarios, is that right? Chubascos, abecedario, not abecedario, I'm assuming. Esperanto always has the accent on the second to last syllable. And in Spanish, like if there's an accent mark, I can tell where the accent goes. If there isn't an accent mark, I tend to want to put it on the second to last syllable, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's canarios, chubascos. Okay. What about abecedario? Abecedario. It's not the second to last syllable. It's not abecedario. It's abecedario, right? Looking for other words that I'm not sure what accent, what syllable the accent falls on. I think the rest of them I'm pretty sure about. The second to last syllable, unless the last syllable ends with a consonant, an N, or an S. I remembered there was a rule. All right, so that means that, okay, those two things don't fall in line. Abecedario. Abecedario, but it doesn't end in a consonant, an N, or an S. A consonant except N or S. But what if it ends with a vowel? Is it third to last syllable if it's a vowel? No, because we've got tanto. That doesn't have a third to last syllable. Well, my gut told me abecedario, even though I can't make that jive with the rule that Arbaro wrote. Patio. I'm assuming it's patio. I know what it means because it's the same word in English and we say it the same way. Patio. I mean, we put the accent on the same. I and U don't count as separate vowels if they're next to other vowels. I hate that. A, E, I, O, U, mi burro sabe más que tú. They become diphthongs. I hate it. I'm just so spoiled by the simplicity of pronunciation rules in Esperanto. Basically, you sit down, you look at the pronunciation rules, and then you can read anything out loud. You don't know what it means yet, but you can read anything out loud after reading through the pronunciation rules because each letter only makes one sound. Each sound only is written with one letter. And yes, the way the human mouth works means there are some slight, what might sound like exceptions. You can read anything out loud, but can be pushing it. You think that's an exaggeration? you had a really hard time learning to say that consonant cluster STR correctly in Esperanto. Well, that's because it's hard for it's hard for North Americans to roll their R's. And I still don't really say SC at the beginning of words when I'm speaking quickly. And yet, someone from a different linguistic background, a Polish linguistic background, for example, would not have a hard time with the SC. And the funny thing is that consonant cluster exists in English. Exists. For example, nests. And even the Polish consonant cluster, that's the ch version of that, exists in English when we say things like fresh cheese. Sh. But context within a word matters, and starting a word with that is difficult for us, just like starting a word with an S without an E in front of it is difficult for a Spanish speaker. Spanish speakers who learn Esperanto tend to add an E to the beginning of words that start with S. Does that mean that they don't understand the rule that they read about how to pronounce it? No, it just means that they don't have any habit of how to start a word with the S sound without adding a vowel, E vowel in front of it. Stop! I've only heard SC pronounced in songs. It's interesting. I can't imagine what you mean by that. The trilled R sound exists in English. That's a flipped sound, not a trilled sound. So there are two correct ways of pronouncing R in Spanish, and one of them exists in English, but we don't associate it with the letter R in our mind, so it makes it difficult for us to produce that sound when we see the letter R. It's true. It's true. And pronunciation is just such a fascinating thing. And also, Americans who haven't studied other languages or studied a lot about how pronunciation works are under some misconceptions about how they pronounce their own language. Rats, bats, pizza all have that sound, but it's usually at the end of a syllable in English, not at the beginning. Yeah. Where it is in the context of the word does matter. So let's just say that what I was trying to say was not specifically to Americans, but just generally. The rules are few and they apply consistent. The pronunciation rules are very few and they apply consistently across the board. If you are phonemically equipped to pronounce Esperanto, then you would have no trouble reading something aloud. Americans are not phonemically equipped for some aspects of Esperanto. Spanish speakers are not phonemically equipped for other aspects of Esperanto. Again, we can't all be Polish. I have a delay and the Twitch app is doing a crashy thing on me. If I say something out of context or miss something, someone saying something, please blame the universe. At least in this one particular case, we'll blame the Twitch app. And I think this has been happening to you for long enough that I kind of expect that, like, when I see something out of context, I just assume that you are not at the same time as the rest of us. Celo is hard for Americans to pronounce at first if they don't think about the fact that they know how to say ts and they can start a sentence with it. They just don't have any practice doing it. Knowing something about how pronunciation works, where sounds come from in your mouth and how they are created, and having, like, Americans have a very limited, let's not say limited, let's say a very specific phonemic wellspring. They have the sounds of their own language and not much else at all, because our ears aren't exposed to other languages nearly as often as people who live closer to places where people speak other languages, right? So in Europe, you hear a lot of other languages, and so you're not quite as limited in the phonemes that your brain can comprehend and your mouth can then theoretically produce. Tss still feels like two separate sounds to me, even though it's not at all that different. It's not all that different from j. It's interesting, isn't it? Ch, ts. Yeah. I ran into some videos that talked about how to pronounce the different click sounds in Xhosa and other click languages. And then later on, I ran into a video that talked about some of those. There are some of those click sounds that actually exist in English, and a trend that's happening where we have a little bit more of a heart attack, and that we tend to pronounce some of those more than we used to, especially in certain situations where we're trying to put our point across. Putting your jaw forward until it kind of hurt to pronounce the trying to go up to see the tss. Sticking your lower jaw forward helped you at first to say tss. Interesting. Yeah. We all find the little tricks that work, right? But now it doesn't hurt anymore. Speaking Italian helps with saying words in English that start with st without having to sneak that sneaky E in at the beginning. Interesting. So, yeah, you don't ever start a st word with a at the beginning of it. I've noticed that, Water. And I didn't know that it was because you also speak Italian. I think that's fascinating. I don't know nearly enough Italian to realize that that would be a factor. Can you give us some st words in Italian? The only one I can think of is stromboli. Of course, it would be the only Italian words that Americans know are food words. Can you give me any examples of a st word in Italian that we should know? Maybe a non-food word. Strano. What is a strano? Is it a beach? I don't know. Strange. Okay. Oh, okay. Strano. Yeah, that makes sense. Strange. That's a good word. I'm strano. How would you say that? Io strano. Do you need a verb in there, or can you say it without a verb? That's a question. Does Italian require a verb when it's a to be? Strada is street. Okay. Would I need a verb in between io and strano? Or would it be strana? And is there an epicene variation? If it's, I know a lot of languages that have linguistic gender are struggling to come up with an epicene, and some of them have come up with one and some of them haven't, and many of the Latin-based ones use an E. I figured making the mouth movement in an exaggerated way would make it easier to pronounce things in conversation. It might at least make sure that you didn't leave it out and to emphasize it. I think that's probably a pretty normal technique to try and emphasize the thing that's most likely to be left out, or skipped or not done correctly or sufficiently. Oh, you know what? I should have put that on the song list so that I could indicate that I had played it. Let's try adding it to the song list and then finding the chords that I used and copying and pasting them into my notes. Good. And then going back to the cue and saying I played it. Yay. Strano. So can somebody say io strano, or do they need a verb in the middle of, do you have to say, like in English you have to say I am strange or I'm strange. You don't say I strange, but in some languages like Russian you would say I strange, because there is no verb there. It's already self-evident. Io sono strano. Is that I am strange? Io sono strano. Okay, cool. I was curious. Thank you for scratching that itch. All right. Maybe let's find one last song. Ooh, this one has a ton of chords. Let's see. Do we have a version of it that doesn't have a million chords? Yes, this has less than 1 million chords. Russian does not have that to be verb in that kind of a sentence. It's just they find it unnecessary. We have a G7, a C7, an A minor, D minor 7, A minor 7, E7, D sus4, D minor. D sus4 is the one that I don't have. Hungarian and Hawaiian as well. So Russian also doesn't have the. And I did finish that sentence. It doesn't have the word the. And it was a question that Zamenhof had when creating Esperanto, as he spoke Russian, so he knew it was perfectly possible to function without the word the. It's perfectly possible for a language to work without the. So he was asking himself, do we need the in Esperanto? Or do we not? Do we just not have the at all? And he had a dream in which there was a village that was next to a forest. And in the dream, something terrible was going to happen when 3 red girls came out of the forest. And then 3 red girls came out of the forest, and they were the 3 red girls that had been foretold, and something therefore bad was going to happen. And so he woke up and he knew that Esperanto did need a the, because there was no other way to explain that those 3 red girls were the 3 red girls and not just some random 3 red girls. They weren't any old 3 red girls. They were the 3 red girls. And so That was how he knew. It was foretold in a dream. It's a funny but true story. All right, I need to put my tea back on my cup warmer. All right. I don't know if we can do this. It's going to be tough. The D sus4 is the one that I don't really know, but we'll see. Try some auto scroll. Also G minor 7, not really in there. The 1 second. Gotta figure out where I am here. The falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses. The sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall, the falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. Who were the 3 red girls? We will never know. However, Tim Westover wrote a book of wonderful short stories, which includes a story about the 3 red girls. A modern day imagining of who they might have been, which I like. It's a very, very good storybook. Let me write it down here. There's the book. Highly recommended. Yeah. Not troublemakers, but just their mere existence in Zamenhof's dream was a sign of troubles to come. Again, the story in Mar Virin Strato by Tim Westover is not canon. we Zamenhof himself may not have known anything more about those three red girls. You know how dreams are. They're kind of weird sometimes. That's your favorite one. Everybody's got a favorite one. It's a very good book. Very good book. The other short story book I really recommend is let me try and remember the full title. This is a slightly longer version. There's an even longer version, and the author is Doko, who is David Jordan. With an A, I think. Also very excellent. From a generation prior to Marviri in Strato. So yeah. We've had a lovely time today, friends. And here we are at 1,200 followers. It's magic. Over 4 years later. Don't know how it happened. But it's always lovely hanging out with you all. And I especially enjoy music days. I enjoy them most when I have a little bit of energy. I had a little bit of energy today, not nearly as much as I would have liked. But I'm doing the hard things to try to get better. And this morning I woke up thinking, I wonder if they might be working a little bit. So time will tell. It's been a tough month, really tough month, energy-wise. So definitely looking forward to having more energy in the future. Yes, so water, we noticed that towards the beginning of stream today. And we've set the date for our celebration for Wednesday next week, which, given the fact that I am really low on energy and brain capacity, will give me the time that I need to work up something special so that we can have a really fun, viewer engaging type of celebration stream. So that will also give you all time to chat in Discord about ideas that you have, which I will be so grateful for. So I do have ideas that I have been what's the word? Covey. Incubating. That's the word. Why is it so difficult in English? English words are hard sometimes, okay? I've been incubating some ideas, and we shall see which ones hatch and which ones don't. Nobody gets 100% on their incubation. It's not the way of things. But that doesn't mean it's not worth trying. So, yeah. Let me have a look at who is doing music things on Twitch this afternoon. I'm going to make that big. I'm going to make that quiet. And then look at this list here. Let's see. We have absolutely tons of gaming friends on right now. Let's check this out here. Oop, why is that not wanting? There we go. And of course we have an ad. That's just so frustrating. We have several options. Ah, yes, and thank you for that, for those raid calls. Let's see. We're gonna check out. Oh, yes, we're gonna check out a couple here and try and decide. We'll raid a new friend. Some ideas will be made into scrambled eggs. Well, once you've tried to incubate them, I doubt you're gonna get scrambled eggs out of it. But all right, when that ad is over. Oh my. Okay, that's a little wacky. Okay, we are going to go visit a new friend, and they're playing. They've got a song list, and they're playing acoustic covers and some originals, and so this should be a good time. No one we've rated before, but someone I followed in the past, so we'll see how this goes. She sounds Australian. We'll see how this goes. Looks like a good vibe. Looks like a good vibe in here. Thank you so much for hanging out, for requesting songs, for being patient with me as I work on trying to incorporate some harmonica into my stream. The credits are broken, Constellatio, so I really kind of hate to do it because it doesn't thank the mods and Coraco and Water and Constellatio, and I don't know who other also we had other mods here today. So I feel really uncomfortable about the fact that it's broken, but we can still go to the ending screen. It's fine. White Dove was here. We'll go to the ending screen. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you, mods, for your help. And thank you, lurkers, for doing the thing that makes Twitch work. Appreciate you. We love our lurkers.